Welcome
to the
celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. Well, Sarah.
Yes, John.
Hey, do you want to do you want to take the first little thing, because I'm going to put a little posting
okay.
so our web audience can watch us here.
So they can tune into us as well, huh? Well, the first thing that actually is top of the agenda, or the top of the news night, is the fact that community plans have been endorsed by the Board of Supervisors, but not funded by them. Yesterday, on Tuesday, they had a study session to discuss community plans and their inclusion into the general plan and general plan process, update process. And basically what the supervisors decided was that they did like community plans, that they supported the community plans, but they did not provide the funding to make sure those plans were done and included in the general plan once it gets finalized. And they also went on to say that community plans that are not finished by the time the general plan process, update process is finished, will not be included in the general plan. So apparently the study session was 3 hours long, and
Yes,
they talked
was.
about working on plans for Copperopolis, which is actually almost out of the hopper.
And that's the one that,
community plan.
so they'll include them if they're ready, right?
Yes, they'll include them in if they're ready. They talked about Valley Springs, San Andreas, Blue Mountain, Railroad Flat, Wellesleyville, and Glencoe. And basically they said if they're included, if they're ready, we'll include them.
Right.
But if they're not ready, we won't. And we have no money to fund them. So that was essentially the upshot of that 3-hour meeting.
Well, I think in some ways, don't you think the outcome was good?
I think so.
Because
it supported the community plans.
Yeah, because I mean, we are in
a tight budget year.
We were talking to the Board of Realtors, Kathy Batchelor, and I think one of the things is, from talking on their perspective, is if they would have required the community plans to be included and either not funded them or some other things like that, then we literally could have been looking at where the community plan process could have been out ad infinitum, right?
Yes, because it takes a long time. It's not only the funding issue with community plans, it takes a long time to actually facilitate them, codify them, and actually just make them into a presentable presentation, essentially. And some of these have taken years to actually come to fruition. So if they had actually, required. Kathy has a very good point. If they had required that, it would have possibly delayed the general plan for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
And we need a general plan.
What in essence would have basically written the moratorium not into stone, but it would have basically forever.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think even unless that was the actual intent of having that happen, I think the outcome yesterday's meeting was actually a pretty good thing.
Well, all of the supervisors seem to be very positive about community plans.
Right.
And they have even,
dare
I say, wanted community plans put up on the county's website so that people can actually access them and see what's in them.
Right.
And which is a good thing, because the more information people have, the more they're able to make good decisions.
So an informed populace is a better populace?
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
That's what I would say,
on county money, now you may remember that, this is one of Sarah's, she likes to talk about the airport. If you remember tell us what happened is what's happened
They get FAA funds.
Yes, but there's a couple projects that are out there that are getting done, right?
Yes, there's the runway project, and then there's they call it the
hangar project?
The hangar project too, and the skirting project around the airport.
Yeah, and we stopped by and basically we saw an endless line of gravel trucks going down Highway 49, and I was like, and being the curious
little people we
are,
are,
where are those trucks going? And I just thought, it's like, they're going to the airport. So we followed one of them in. Yeah.
Yes,
so basically what they're doing is Granite Construction is contracted for the first phase if they're going to build 22 more hangars.
Isn't that amazing?
There is a area north of the existing hangars where they need to bring up the fill level to level it out. So this exciting and scintillating video is what, well, I probably overplayed that a little bit, is, we'll see how this works here, is of that. So we'll hit play here.
Can we make it bigger?
Hey, we'll try to make it bigger even.
So
Whoops.
we can all see it?
Full screen.
Full screen.
Uh-oh, full screen on the wrong one.
Hey-ho.
Yeah.
Technical difficulty.
There we go. Well, what you're
listening
seeing right
to,
now
actually.
is there it is. Oops, I've got to bring my mouse back over here. There it is.
But they're actually they're sort of extending the airport to the north, actually.
Correct. Yeah.
And the new hangars, I mean, there's
How about if we don't go full screen?
Okay,
We'll just go a
okay.
little bigger.
there's actually a waiting list for hangars, and it's about, 50 or 60 people long now? Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Well, now it's so big I can't get to my...
Oh.
How about if we go normal?
Yeah,
And
but,
we'll just drag it. Here we go. Let's see.
but can they see it? Can you see it?
Probably not. Here's our mouse. We'll do this.
Now, I want you to look at the view, though. The view is amazing.
There
we go.
go.
Oh,
We'll play it again.
okay.
There we go. Now, this was basically, you can see just a gravel truck coming in there, dropping it in, dropping its load, and water trucks, because they have to do the fill.
All the way up
There's,
there.
I mean,
yes.
there's probably, they have to bring up that whole apron up, I would say 4 or 5 feet. I
Yes,
mean,
they
there is going to
do.
be a
They do.
lot of fill there. And just an awful lot of fill.
Look at that.
And since we know this is such scintillating video, here we'll just...
We'll show it to you again. And this time, actually, we should show them where it drops the load. Because this
There
is
we go.
interesting. See, because it looks like it's just a truck driving.
But here
But
comes the
look,
truck,
look. See, it's dropping gravel.
dropping the gravel as we go.
Dropping gravel. Right there and right there. See?
And these guys are pretty fast, because
Yeah,
I can
they
see
are.
the guy with his load ticket handing to literally almost never stopping. It's like an endless process. So,
Look at that view. That is
There we
just
go.
an amazing view.
improvements at the airport
Yes, sir.
are underway.
So we'll have more and more people flying into Calaveras County.
Right. There we go.
You know, a lot of people commute using the airport.
They do.
Down to
So-
the Bay Area and down to Sacramento and a lot of different places.
While we're in video mode, should we go on to the next one?
Yes, to
Okay.
the ribbon cutting at
Here we
the
go.
Chamber of Commerce offices, actually in Angels Camp.
Yes.
This was
Now
for,
this morning was, we attended this morning.
Yes.
Now this was a ribbon cutting for a mobile
dog,
pet grooming.
Yes.
And kind of an interesting thing is this is a franchise, and this is a pretty neat deal. It was where it is Scott and Vicky Stevens from Copperopolis
Yes.
bought the regional franchise for Aussie's mobile pet grooming, right?
Okay.
So what they are, Aussie's Pet Mobile.
Okay, for Tuolumne, Calaveras, and San Joaquin.
Right, and they actually, so basically they have well over 500,000 people in their area that they can service,
okay.
and these are pretty impressive little vehicles. They're all self-contained, have all the water
They
systems
have
in the
everything
back,
in them.
little diesel units. It's actually a Mercedes van.
Yes.
So just in case you didn't want your pet going into a Dodge or a
Looks
Chevy,
very Euro.
yes,
It's
you know,
very
you
Euro.
must, you know, if your pet would be somehow offended by going into
That's right,
something
into
less than a
something
Mercedes.
Like, exactly, like a Hyundai or
Yeah, you just
something.
can't have that. So, yeah. So anyway, this is the ribbon cutting. This is a short thing where Victoria Erickson, some other members of the Chamber of Commerce were there with
And
Scott,
Victoria Erickson
Vicky
is the
Stevensons, and their
Executive Director.
and their groomer Darcy Hedger.
Yes.
So this is scintillating video as well.
Yes.
Here we go. So let's
Are you
go
gonna
here.
Make it bigger first.
I will.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
We'll drag it out there. All right. Here
there we go. Okay.
And we'll hit play. Here we go.
There
it
it
is. Hey, the
is. Look at
ribbon's
that.
cut. Yay. Oops. You know what? We
Oopsies.
started part of the way through, didn't we?
Oh,
We better
yeah.
replay that because we missed Victoria. Exciting to have a new business come in. There you go. And Victoria did get her dog groomed later.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
She looks really good in pink too. Or is that red? She looks really good in red.
Yes, isn't this, our TV audience is going, boy, this is riveting. Here we go. Oh,
It
look,
is
look,
riveting.
look. Oh, they
Yeah.
cut the ribbon. Yay! There you go.
Another business in town.
Yeah.
That's very
All
nice,
right,
though.
so we'll close that out, and there we go.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah,
Are you
so
going to call them for Cookie?
we should call them for Cookie
Okay.
because, but they also said it's something kind of interesting is this is a very nice thing for older pets
Oh, that's
because
true.
that way they don't have the trauma and of
being thrown in the car.
and taken somewhere. It's kind of a nice thing. And they have one family in Copperopolis where they do 6 dogs at a time. So they line them up
Wow.
and do it. But the other kind of a little fun thing is they have this where, let's say you have your credit card on file, and sometimes you won't even have to be home.
Oh, really?
So you can send your dog to the spa without having to even be there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
So let's say the dog's in the backyard or someplace
Yeah.
otherwise
they just
accessible. They can just sneak in and groom your dog. And,
take care of your dog. Wow.
yes, and they also offer,
Do they do cats too?
I think they do
Probably
cats. They have
do.
little gloves they put on them.
Little mittens?
They do, little mittens. Little mittens to put
Little
on the cats.
mittens to
Uh-oh,
put on the
we started
cats.
playing here again. We'll
Okay,
stop it here real
yes,
quick.
yes,
But
yes,
anyway,
yes.
one of the things is, let me see what they offer. It is Aussie's Pet Mobile, and they offer a 15-step spa treatment for your pets. This includes teeth brushing, flea and tick control, paw decures, special therapeutic shampoos, and much, much more.
Much more.
If you'd like to
Okay.
give them a call, they can be reached at 1-800-PET-MOBILE
Pet Mobile.
or at AussiePetMobile.com.
Okay. Very
Okay.
nice.
All right, enough on Pet
Very
Mobile.
nice.
Okay.
Very nice. And we have a new reporter at the Pine Tree.
We do. And if you're out and about at an event and you see
Chris?
somebody other than one of us stopping by, it will be
How do you
Chris
pronounce it?
Fitchner.
Okay.
Fitchner.
Fitchner.
And she also is a part-time county employee as well for the Arnold Library.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
helps run the Arnold Library.
Wow.
And they also helps run the Harbinger Gallery.
Wow.
Yes, and we have to. Can we brag on the pine tree?
Very busy. Yes.
Okay, this is kind of a fun little thing. Is we posted one of their paintings as a picture because they were doing a little, up on the site a few weeks ago, and somebody actually came in and wanted the picture that was on our
Oh,
site.
really?
So they sold a painting.
Because
Direct-
of the pine tree. What
Well, of
picture
course.
was that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I would have to. So there
Oh,
you go.
That's interesting.
So if you
They
want to.
wanted that particular
That
picture.
particular one. So there we go.
Okay, and school was back in session today for Vallecito Union School District. So if you were driving by Michelson or Hazel
Everything
Bishop
is
or
busy
Avery,
Everything is
then,
busy.
and you were wondering why there was so much traffic, that's why.
That's
All
why.
the kids were back in school.
And I went into
And that's all the public schools back in session. isn't
and I
it?
went into
Yeah.
Mike's Pizza
Uh-huh.
down there, and as typically during the summer it's been fairly light right around after lunch and
Yes.
stuff. It was packed.
It was
It
packed,
just
yes,
everything's
yes.
back in session, so
Well,
everybody's.
that's what I noticed after Bret Hart went back in session was on the school breaks at Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
It's just packed with kids. So,
And also, new little things if you have access to the internet. Kin Churches sent us another little article
About
on
cilantro?
cilantro. So, if you're looking for something to plant in late summer, plant cilantro.
okay. Then you can make salsa.
Both temperature and day length have a big influence on whether your cilantro plants will grow tall and leafy or flower and set seed while they are still small. I tend to flower and set seed too soon.
I have a brown thumb. I've been able to kill cacti.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Although
Yes.
I can grow ficus plants.
You can.
Yes, which are supposedly temperamental.
Really?
Yes.
So you're just can cozy up to a ficus, but
That's right, but cacti, not so cozy.
okay. So never move to the desert.
That's right.
Yes. And also one little thing, if this is one where last year they thought it might be the end of an era last year on the Fireman's Fun Day.
That's true.
It's back and going strong. So
Oh, wow.
the Fireman's Fun Day will be back this Saturday at Utica Park.
And back to school night,
Back to school
1861,
night, and
is
that's
taking
this
place
Saturday,
this Saturday
in
as well.
Columbia.
So we're sort of giving you a Wednesday night heads up as to what's going on. But there was also something going on at Alchemy, right? Tonight? The
Last
wine?
night.
Oh, it was last night. Okay.
And here we have and we've been told that we have to be careful with white papers because it
That's right.
messes up our white balance. We'll
Sorry,
turn
I got
around
confused
real
with my
closely.
nights.
Okay, on Tuesday nights, they are going to have a winemakers night at Alchemy, and they're going to feature a winery every night, every Tuesday night, and also some live music.
Very nice.
So, August 28th will be Steveno with Julio Guerrera on guitar.
Okay.
And September 4 will be Milliere
Oh,
with Blue Shoes.
Okay.
September 11 will be Newsom Harlow with Coyote Hill. And we may actually be broadcasting live from there on September 11th.
Oh, very nice.
So we'll try to drag
Newsom
several
Harlow
people
and
on
Coyote
camera.
Hill on. Okay.
There we go.
Very nice.
So that's
That's
it.
our local.
And this is Alchemy recently changed hands, and the
It
man
did.
that purchased it came from Carmel, and so he's going to bring a little bit more upper crust stuff to the area. So, and in some ways it kind of fits because look, as Murphy's kind of evolves, it's going to start.
Years ago, people used to say that Murphy's was the Carmel of the Motherlode, and it was sort of interesting because I kind of saw it, and other people kind of saw it, but you kind of think, well, that's a little pretentious. But in actual fact, it is sort of living up to its name.
Because of lots of art galleries and things like that.
Yes.
Is Tom Tryon the resident Clint Eastwood? Who's the...
Holy moly. So the unofficial mayor, isn't that Ron Class?
Probably so, yes. Yeah.
I mean, he's sitting outside his little silver company, waving at the tourists.
Waving at the tourists, yes. Or is it Dorian?
Ron has been there longer.
Probably so, yes.
He's been a fixture a little longer, so
All
I would
right.
say it's...
So, Tuesday nights in Murphy, winemaker's dinner, and we will probably be doing some fun stuff
from there. Okay. Well,
Okay.
on to sort of state news. Now that we have a budget, we can go on to other issues. And Attorney General Jerry Brown is on his
Jerry Brown.
greenhouse gas emissions kick. And if some of you didn't realize it, apparently he had sued San Bernardino County for not including greenhouse gas emission
And in defense of
regulations in
Jerry
their
Brown.
general plan.
Now, in defense of Jerry Brown, if there's any place that needs to clean up its air, it's San Bernardino County, right?
Yes, but Southern California has done an amazing job
I'm
in the
just
last
joking.
20 years.
I know. Okay, I guess it was 25 years ago, probably, that I was...
Yes, yeah.
Well, maybe not quite that long ago.
Well, yes.
That I was dating somebody that lived in San Bernardino. And it was
brown.
Man.
Yeah, it was brown.
You literally couldn't tell where the sky ended and the hills began. It was just like, oh.
It's like that in Orange County sometimes too. Yes, you see
at least you get the
brown
onshore
haze on the
flow,
beach.
but
Yeah.
it's just, and San Bernardino just kind of settled. It's just like, oh.
This is one of the headlines from today. State reaches settlement on gas emissions. San Bernardino County, one of the fastest growing regions in the nation, will be forced to measure how much it contributes to global warming, and set targets to be cutting its greenhouse gas emissions in the next 2.5 years, according to a legal settlement announced Tuesday.
Wow.
So that should be an interesting thing to watch. And also, in related news, court rules governments can require greener vehicles in fleets. In a decision that could set a precedent for local governments across the U.S., trash haulers, school and city bus lines, and other publicly funded fleets in Southern California can be required to buy low-pollution vehicles fueled by a natural gas or other alternative fuels, the U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled, and that's in the L.A. Times. So there's all sorts of, although the budget has passed, there's all sorts of these other issues now creeping up to fill the vacuum of stories that was left by the budget.
And also a little bit of a look at national news. Also wanted to say, thoughts and prayers go out. There was 14 troops that perished in Iraq, and this was from a copter that just had a mechanical malfunction and crashed. So it wasn't something that was brought down by hostile fire, but it does 14 deaths. Nonetheless. And also, kind of this is a little more of a fun one, is that Vladimir Putin's bare-chested photos set Russia abuzz. Yes, because I guess there are some photos making the rounds of Vladimir out fishing, sans shirt. And so this is a...
wasn't it just the French Prime Minister last week?
Yes. So anyway, when he flexes Russia's diplomatic and military muscle, President Vladimir Putin always makes headlines. But few could have predicted the squall of gossip and speculation that would follow after Putin stripped off his shirt for the cameras while on holiday with Prince Albert II of Monaco. I don't know if they had a pose off. Just kidding. The resulting images of the presidential abs prominently enshrined on the presidential website inspired admiration, criticism, some racing pulses among his admirers. The Russian media still can't get enough.
Wow.
They don't look that good. I mean, it's...
Well, they look good for their age. I mean, how old is he?
Yeah, probably 55 or so, huh?
Yeah, not too bad. But still, you shouldn't post... I don't know.
Yeah, on presidential abs, Sarkozy, there's a French magazine that's getting in trouble for airbrushing the love handles of Sarkozy. The French magazine Paris Match touched up a photograph of President Sarkozy on his U.S. holiday, making his figure more svelte.
Svelte.
Yes. Okay, all right. I'm really taking the news.
And he was angry enough, and he was angry again, I'm sure. There's a lot of half-clad photographs of him running around the internet.
Sarkozy?
I think so.
I've never looked for images of Sarkozy, and I probably never will.
Because I'm thinking it was not the Prime Minister, it was the President. That remember, he got upset a couple weeks ago because the paparazzi were taking photographs.
That's Sarkozy.
Of him. Yes, yes.
Okay, he was.
And I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It was the French President. But why would you then go out again without a shirt?
I guess they're from the same trip. More photos of the same trip.
But they airbrushed him this time, and he's upset.
Yes. And Elle Express quotes Paris Match as saying, "The president's seating position made the bulge look more prominent," and they're talking about the love handles there. So,
okay,
there we go. Paris Match said it had tried to adjust the lighting on the picture. Okay.
Well,
all right.
Maybe we should just go to weather.
I think we should move away from this as fast as humanly possible.
I tell ya. Should we talk community plans again?
Huh?
Okay. Arnold weather. Tonight, low of 65 degrees. Thursday, 92 degrees. Friday, 92 degrees. And Saturday, 90 degrees. Bear Valley. Boy, he's searching
here.
for photos.
Here we go. All right.
Bear Valley.
Sorry, I got sidetracked here.
80 degrees tomorrow. Friday, 80 degrees, and Saturday, 78 degrees. So that should be good. You're not going to put a photo of him
There
up
we
there.
go. There
Oh.
is Vladimir. See? There we go.
No.
Yeah, see, look, we're looking at Vladimir. He's got, his fishing trousers on, and he's,
Weather. We need to go to weather.
Well, should we keep Vladimir up there while we go to weather?
You should put up Mr. Love Handles Man to give people
There we go.
a change.
See, there's Vladimir.
That's Vladimir.
All right, okay.
You know.
All right, I will pull up. Should I pull up Banger while you go through the rest of them?
Yes,
All right.
Yes, as I'm trying to move my little cursor.
Yes, that computer has troubles.
Murphy's weather. It's hot, actually. Tonight, 65 degrees. Thursday, 97 degrees. Friday, 96 degrees. And Saturday, 94 degrees.
Bangor, Maine, and for our viewer in Bangor, Maine, thank you for joining us yet again. We have 75 degrees as a high today, 68 tomorrow, 75 with a little bit of showers on Friday, and 81 with a few showers on Saturday. No lightning, so you can send us lobster.
That's right. And my computer is very slow, so I can't get to Angel's Camp. So we have to watch you type.
Yes, isn't this great? Isn't this wonderful television?
Yes.
Watching people type. 100
It's
degrees
like going on the Made
in
Miss
Copperopolis
Bacon
right now. 100
software
degrees
program.
on Thursday, 99 on Friday, and 97 on Saturday for Copperopolis.
Wow, my computer just
You just completely tanked.
So you have to go to Angel's Camp.
Here we go. Angels Camp.
Weather.
Weather. We're going to
weather.
Angels Camp. On your mark, get set, go.
Okay, how many seconds is it going to take us? One.
No, here we go. Angels
No, hey, look at that.
And
That's
Murphy's.
lightning
We did the
fast.
Murphy's. Angels Camp.
That's right.
And it was
It's
a little...
not scorching in Angel's Camp.
No, it was.
95
This is a
degrees
little,
on
It
Thursday.
was warm. Okay. 95 degrees on Thursday, 94
Friday,
on Friday, and
94.
92 on Saturday. So looks we're getting a slight downward trend.
Downward trend.
Okay. And
So it should be nice, actually.
it should
for
be
the
very
weekend.
nice. And
Very nice.
in a couple days, we'll tell you what to do.
That's right.
Right?
Now Thursday.
Yes,
Thursday
on
night.
Thursday. And remember, our Thursday is our weekly entertainment
edition.
edition.
So we get to tell you what's going on in Calaveras County.
Yes, we
and
do.
hopefully sort of guide you in your decisions on what you're going to do and where you're going to go when you
I
come
think
up
we're
here.
assuming too much that people would actually listen to us.
Well, they might.
Well,
They
they might
might.
find out something that they didn't
That's
know
true.
existed, right?
Well, you try and give people an itinerary too sometimes.
That's true. Go here
You
for
tell-
breakfast.
yeah,
that's,
exactly. You
Go
give
here for
them the full
breakfast, here for
itinerary.
lunch.
And
Yeah.
we won't start on that yet.
We won't?
No.
Okay. Oh, also, I guess a little bit of a preview this weekend. Up in Bear Valley, they're having the Adventure Sports Festival.
Yes.
Now, this is going to have all kinds of stuff. There's mountain biking events. There's an actual century for road bikes, kayaking events.
Very
So if you
nice.
want to go out and play around outside, go to or look up Mountain Adventure Seminars and go sign up for an event.
That'd be very cool.
And if you volunteer for at least 3 hours, they will give you a T-shirt and a meal.
Really?
So,
Very nice.
and one of those is if you enter on the Century, you get an entrance into the Death Ride next year, a guaranteed entrance into the Death Ride. Isn't that exciting?
Oh, yes.
I know Sarah. That's just really going to get her going. It's like, oh man, I get an entrance in the Death Ride. Oh, I got to do it.
That's it. I'm going to do it.
And for those of you that aren't familiar with the Death Ride, is that
It's deadly.
yeah, that crazy cycling race they hold every July.
That's right. And it goes over how many passes?
4.
4 passes.
Thank
Up,
you.
Down.
Have a good night.
And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.